Like before, we're going to use the Q equals M times C times delta T equation. Now, this mass is actually the mass of the solution. What we assume for the C, though, is that this is the C for water, because the solution is mostly water. And then this is the change of the solution. So to get that mass of the solution, you're going to have to do math that there isn't a place shown for on this chart. You're going to need to take this value and this value, and you're going to need to add them together. And if you want to include a little spot right here, you might do that, where you show what their total is. That's what goes here for your mass of the solution. You know previously the C of the water, that was given in the last section, and then the change of T of the solution is right here. Remember, it's final minus initial. Pay attention to sign. Your delta T's will have different signs here to here. They should have opposite signs, and the values won't be the same anyways. Like before, we have a Q of solution value, and then we have a negative Q of solution. So you just take whatever number you got here, you repeat it here, and you put a negative. And if this value was a negative, then it would make it a positive. For your joules per gram value, and this is H of the reaction, and here's what throws people off sometimes, is they say, well, it was the solution. We want to know what was the delta H of the solution, or the delta H of the reaction. Actually, this is the delta H per amount of salt. So you're going to take the joules value right here, and that will be your top term, and you're going to divide it by the gram amount of the salt. So that was this right here. It's going to be divided by just the gram amount of the salt. As we go from this to this, all we're doing is changing units. So we need this middle term right here. You can determine this. So you just take your grams and you say grams at 1 mole, and that's going to get your moles. Again, this is for the solid. This is that top term right up here. So we take that gram amount. Remember, this term comes from the periodic chart when you add up the masses of all of the atoms in the salt. And then you'll have your amount in moles. And then lastly, you're going to take this number that's up here, and right now the number is in joules per gram. So you're going to take your joules and turn them into kilojoules, and you're going to take your grams and turn them into moles. And again, yes, that's from the periodic chart right there. And this is your typical conversion. You may prefer to say 1,000 joules in 1 kilojoule, or you may prefer to say in 1 kilojoule there are 1 times 10 to the 3rd joules.